On today's episode, we are talking about 3 new Instagram updates and, of course, what you should do about them. One of these features has been rolled out for about a month now, but now my understanding of what we should do about it is a lot more, so I figured we should bring it back up. Another one of these just came out, so we'll be talking about some early thoughts, and another one is about to come out, but it is a very popular TikTok feature that has proven to be a great way to set up your account, and Instagram is adapting it. Who knew they were adapting another TikTok feature? I wouldn't have ever guessed, but it's a great move, and I'm very excited about it. So stay tuned for the third one because that is coming out in the next couple weeks, and it's something you're going to want to prepare for. So let's get into it. First one we're talking about is the chronological order of the feed. If you're watching with me on YouTube, you can see that basically what it did. This came out about a month ago. If you haven't caught on yet, when you are on your home screen on Instagram and up at the top it says Instagram typically, at the top left, if you click on that, it will populate with the options to sort your feed by following or favorites. And just real quick, if you don't know what that is, following is just, hey, your feed is only people that you follow, and then favorites are people that you have marked as your favorite account. You can mark up to 50. I don't think anyone's really done this yet. I mean, it's probably something that we kind of acquire over time, but it's just a way that if you want to make your feed not have a bunch of suggested content on it, that you can just organize by only the people that you follow or even just your favorite people at that time. And when this first came out, it's like kind of like, what's the purpose of it, right? Why are we going back to a chronological feed? And if you caught my earlier prediction, which was Instagram is probably just coming out with this chronological feed so that they can make the default feed more algorithmic than it is, okay? And that's what pretty much every social media is going to at this point, is a purely algorithmic based feed. So essentially what this means is if before the feed was filled with like 90 to 95% of people that you follow and then 5% suggested posts, that number is just going to go weighted in the other direction. To what degree, I don't know. And of course, I haven't done the actual stats for this, but this might be something that I do eventually. I think it is in the phase of still adapting and going there over time. Instagram doesn't want this to be like an absolutely noticeable change from day one where it's like, what happened to all the people I follow? They want your feed to still feel pretty similar to how it used to, but I think they kind of know that unless they keep up with how entertaining TikTok's feed is, that if they don't put more algorithmic base to what content they're showing you, as in, this is hopefully the most relevant and best post that you could possibly see right now, regardless of if you follow them or not, is kind of where it's heading, then they'll just kind of do it slowly. So that's my other prediction for where it's going. And what this means for what you can expect to see in your results is that if you are doing a bunch of reels and you're used to getting 3,000 to 5,000 views on all your reels, that's kind of where I usually lie, you can expect those numbers to be weighted in both other directions. All right, so maybe your range is more like 2K for a bad post and then like 8K on a great post, and it will be a little bit more weighted in either direction, because if your post is able to pass a certain threshold, now that Instagram's feed will be showing more content from people you don't follow, that means that your content has the potential to show up on someone's feed that doesn't follow you more likely, right? And what that also means is that if it doesn't really pass Instagram's threshold, then it won't show as much to people who follow you currently, because they are starting to see more from people that they don't follow, which is good and bad, but it affects everyone the same. So just kind of know what to expect. And if you start getting some posts that just don't do nearly as well, just like at all times we have always needed to do, is just improve your content as much as you can, and that's always going to be your best weapon against any algorithm changes. Second feature we are talking about is the new product tagging feature. So that is essentially where personal accounts can now tag businesses' products. And this is not even trying to break into affiliate marketing or influencer marketing and making it easier for influencers to product tag, even though it kind of will do that. Because in the past, if you wanted an influencer to be able to tag your product, you had to create a business partnership with them so that they could have the permission to do so. And that's great and all, but it's just one extra step, and a lot of people wouldn't be able to figure it out, or sometimes there'd be a hiccup in the system of adding someone as a partner, and getting in contact with Facebook or Instagram support is a pain in the ass. So now it's just everyone can do it. So this is kind of cool for individuals to be able to tag products, because a lot of times people just genuinely want to share products with their friend. And I think the other thing that it might do is, because now that anyone can do it, it might not make you think that every time you see a product tag that it is someone selling you something for financial gain. It could just be one of your friends tagging it. This is just kind of a random theory I just thought of. Overall, it's not bad by any means. I think it's a great way to for people to express brands that they really love. And if you're thinking as a company, how do I utilize this? The only way that you can utilize this is by having a genuinely awesome product that people will share regardless of if you tell them to do so. Way easier said than done. But if you really want to, how do I get people to post about my product without incentivizing them to do it? They have to genuinely want to do it on their own will. So you just focus on having a better product is always a good place to put your focus in e-commerce. Last feature we are talking about is the one that is being slowly rolled out, but I've already got confirmation from a few podcast listeners because my last reel was about this feature coming out soon, and they said that they already have it. And that feature is the ability to pin posts at the top of your feed. So this is already a thing on TikTok where your top performing posts, or really just whatever post that you want to put at the top of your feed, you can put there. So when someone goes over to your Instagram page and they're deciding if they want to follow you, a lot of times what they do is they'll read your bio, which is extremely important to if someone's following you or not. If you're not focused on updating your bio because you're not getting followers, then that's a great place to start. If you're just thinking, I'm making my content better, if your bio is not clear why someone would want to follow you, then it's a severe disadvantage that you're at. So bio, and then they're usually looking at your top, even just like 3 posts, maybe top 9 if they're really getting into it. But usually someone makes the decision to follow you or not in the first few seconds even. So just even seeing your top few posts is a lot of times unlikely before they decide to follow you or not. But if those top posts maybe weren't your best work, because you can't expect every post to be the best post. Like, hey, if you just want to know me about one post that I do, it's this one, my latest post. That statement's not always true, right? And that's why I really like this, because that content should still come out. It's great content, it's beneficial, but it's not necessarily always the content that I'd want someone to know me by first. And by having this pinned feature, you can do, the first one is obvious, is just pinning the content that trended the best and got the most likes so that you can have that cool brand reputation at the top. Like, look, I've got a post with a lot of likes, the branding, and then just that they're seeing great content from you. And then the second one is if you wanted to have one of those pinned posts be something more in line about what you sell. And this is why you'll want to subscribe for sure to the podcast or the YouTube, because I'll come out with an episode about this later, because I came out with a chronological feed predictions episode, and then today I confirmed the prediction. But sometimes I don't always confirm my prediction. I tell you of a couple things that are different, such as the Instagram story likes feature, which I don't really mind anymore. It's just not that big of a deal. I don't think it was that good of a feature, but it's whatever. It hasn't proven to be nearly as annoying as I thought. So I come back on that one a bit, but this is essentially my prediction, is that for businesses, it might be really beneficial to your sales process on social media to have one of those posts at the top of your feed be one that is related to your business. So for me, this post right here on my feed, it's a few months back, but it says, can't afford an agency, learn how to run profitable paid ads for your company yourself. And then on the next few pages, it just fully details my program. And the post didn't do that well, nor would I think it would, because promotional posts just usually flop on Instagram. But that's a way that if I wanted to pin that right at the top of my feed, which I'm going to, it's not a way that I'm trying to like really flex on my content creation or how many likes I got or anything like that. But it's just, if you want, like, the first thing people should know about you as a business is what they can buy from you. These top 3 posts that I'm going to pin at the top, probably 2 of them will be my best performing content, and then 1 of them will be my post that completely explains what I do as a business, and I would recommend you guys start off by doing the same. That is all I got for you for now. Again, subscribe to the podcast or the YouTube wherever you're watching, and I will catch you for another episode on Thursday.